some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Ducks will kick it away first. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Crimson Tide offense takes the field to start things off. What a great group of receivers they run out there, and a staunch, stout defense they'll be running into. Jesse, how are they going to get open? How does this defense keep them in check?
Well, I think one thing this receiving group knows, to have success in this game against this defense is it's going to take all of them. It's not just going to be one guy.
There he goes! And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. The give is to Miller. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So what do they have for third and short from their own 23? Quarterback keeps it. And some room to work. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Off the play fake on first down. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Off the play fake. Takes his shot. Complete to the left. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. Moore to the air. Here comes the heat. Got his man. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. First and goal from the 7. They want to throw it. He wants it all. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst, and he showed all of those attributes right there.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. Getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First and 10 from their own 24-yard line. From the gun, to give, looking for room. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They'll ride the hot hand. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming. Quarterback empties his backfield. Back to throw, it's Simpson. And with the completion out to the sideline, they'll pick up a couple. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. He'll sneak it. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. Converts on 4th down. Still going. Defense uses the sideline there, and he gets it into plus territory at the 49. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires left. That's caught. It's Williams. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab. It's Stewart. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Quickly to the tight end.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Here's a heat. Caught close to the marker. It's Whittington. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Now the play fake. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, they'll run it. He breaks a tackle. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Got enough for the 1st. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. He'll keep it himself. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Moore will throw. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the 1st half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Oregon!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They put together a 65-yard drive for the score. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes that Alabama offense. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Caught near the sticks. It's Cuevas. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Wide receiver comes in motion. On the run, it's Washington. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to pass. It's Simpson. With the catch, it's Washington. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Use Use the play fake. Now to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. Pulls it in. It's Bernard. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. And here comes the offense on second down. Off play action. Grab near the sticks. It's Williams. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. They'll run it from the gun. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Running into the open space. They stripped it out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
2 straight drives ending in fumbles now for this offense. Guys just have to start hanging on to the football. There's nothing schematic that has to change. They've just got to get back to fundamentals. 5 points of pressure and prioritize holding on to the ball.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Pulls and fires complete. Breaks into the open.
Not difficult, not complicated, but early in the game, get in that rhythm. Find that time with your wide receiver so you're set up for success. Then you go attack deep later on.
Moore to the air. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred loose by the hit. The Ducks come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds the tight end. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake. Now to throw. The Ducks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He'll throw it. The short hands. It's Stewart. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Got a man. It's Benson. He stopped at the 32-yard line. Not enough for the first down. And the Ducks line up to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. He'll pull it on the read. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Simpson. Fires to the big fella. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Horton. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Big turning point as we head into the second and get this game rolling again. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. back to pass. That's caught. It's Horton. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw again. Got it in the middle. It's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Running to Green. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. Alabama comes to the line on third and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And you just won't see a more effective punt than that, out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Moore will throw. Right down the middle. Got a man, it's Moore. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down. The Ducks keeping this defense off balance. They can hit them from a variety of angles, this time going up top.
There's so many things to look at. You know, they've always traditionally gone fast as well in the past at Oregon, but, you know, the quarterback run and the run up the middle and then play-action pass, they keep you guessing a lot, and they make a lot of plays down the field because your eyes are focused on something they shouldn't be focused on.
Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48. Looking downfield on first down. Fires to the tight end. And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Wants to go up top. Fires to the big fella. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. It's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. The Ducks will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Dropping back, it's Simpson. Rushes on him. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll move the wide receiver. The receiver on the jet sweep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Ducks! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, a couple of ACC teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. NC State has the lead right now. This team can really open up the playbook at times, but I'm not sure this game is over just yet. They're up by a field goal over Clemson.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Finds his man. It's Young.
Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back. If anything develops, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Found a little bit of running room, knocked down at the 24 after a pickup of 4. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Turning it on! It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. The give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Simpson. Fires on the move. Got his man on the right. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Horton. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. He'll do it himself. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They've put this ball on lockdown. 8th play of the drive coming up. Gonna run it. It's Washington. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. Headed to the line at the 23, trying to convert this 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? Holds it in the first down and more. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama comes to the line with a 1st and goal. Looking to throw. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Sends it back in motion. Grabbed behind the line. It's Young. Touchdown time! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Lining up to add another.
Is on for the extra point.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback on the keeper. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. With the catch, it's Stewart. And they're able to make the tackle. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Moore to the air. Makes the grab. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the run. Shakes off the defender. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. motion from the back. Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Ducks come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Fires and picked off. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to pass on second down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Horton. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Hunt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The give to the back. Did everything he could to discard the tacklers, but he was just able to get back to where he started. Moore will throw. Fires downfield. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Finds his tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They kick it away on fourth down. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. Got it behind the line. It's Bernard. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
Timeout, Alabama.
To the air on second down. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a connection. They'll immediately call timeout. This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Caught in the backfield. It's Washington. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Tuscaloosa. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in T-Town.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They started this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D-linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play right there reminds me of some of these great players we've seen on the Crimson Tide D-line here in recent years.
Hunt is on its way. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Off-play action on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really peel off one deep down the left side. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Bama! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Moore to the air. They go to the wide receiver screen. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. The Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Moore. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly. The Ducks now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Pocket breaking down. Snagged in the middle. It's Stewart. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Ducks will punt it away on 4th down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. To the ground with the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. Looking to throw at Simpson. Throws to the tight end. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Punt is in the air. Takes it on the return. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Gets the back moving. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Intercepted, just what the defense's doctor ordered. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel on the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
Here comes that Alabama offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle. It's Williams. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Back to throw. It's Simpson. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Alabama! Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Extra point here will tie the game. And after that extra point, we have a tie ball game in the 3rd quarter. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Clemson. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front 7 on defense, it's going to be tough.
The Ducks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He'll keep it himself. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Ducks will send out the punt unit. choice but to get rid of the ball. Just needs a crack to get a return. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Throws to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Now on first down from the 40. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw. It's Simpson. Quickly to the tight end. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. New set of downs after the completion. They'll toss it to the left. Oh, better look out! Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. The give to the tailback. Oh, he's got some space. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. He'll try to slam it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get this drive going from the 17. He leaves it with the back. Fights off the defender. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Back to pass, it's Simpson. He caught it! And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. On 1st and goal, let's see if Alabama can get it in the end zone. Into the end zone he goes! Touchdown Tide! Well, let's count them up. 1, 2, 3. 3 is the magic number for touchdowns.
Yeah, it's as easy as ABC. Goodness gracious. He's been getting whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. I might want to change something up or maybe focus on that guy that's getting the football a lot and scoring.
And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And he'll bring it back. And the returner goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Snags it quickly on the left. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. A penalty on the play, and it looks like offensive pass interference. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Second down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Benson. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains, they mark it at the 29. Caught in the backfield, it's Moore. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
They'll send the back in motion. Moore will throw. Bringing the heat. He's going to take off. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. The Tide crowd roaring noise down on the Saban field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Moore. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On the ground, it's Hughes. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Ducks have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. It's incomplete and will change into the field now. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got the quick pass. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Makes a catch, first down and maybe a lot more. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Well, when your quarterback has already been sacked 4 times, shouldn't be some big surprise that the O-line gets called for holding. They boot it away on fourth down. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Bunch formation for these receivers. Looking to throw, it's Simpson. The short hands, it's Bernard.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Fires to the wideout. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Crimson Tide needs to convert on third and short. They'll run the sneak for it. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. They boot it away. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Pulls it in. It's Hughes.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
He lost it high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab past the marker. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. That's caught. It's low. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Ducks in the hurry-up.
And that is the exact opposite of what this defense wants. When you have the lead, you can't give up an explosive play or back-to-back explosive plays. Play the coverage where you've got multiple eyes on the quarterback. Dropping back, not giving up the big play.
More to the air. There's the pressure. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the 4th quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes that Alabama offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Yeah, this offense might want to think about moving the launch point for this QB, because if you take hits like that from the pocket, it's really tough to complete passes.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Smith wants to throw. Makes the grab. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Fires to the right. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Off the play fake on 1st down. To throw. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hale. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long. Got room to work. There he goes. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Boom. Quick completion on the out route. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now inside 4 minutes to go here on 2nd down. looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He's brought down the one. A play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays. You've got to find a way to get a stop, create a turnover, switch the momentum to your side quickly.
To the air, it's Simpson. Looking to the end zone. Pulls it in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. That's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the 4th. Fielded in the end zone, it's Gresham. He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have. Breaks into the open. Oh, what a cut! They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big game, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Moore will throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. He works his way to the 23 before he goes out of bounds. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. He'll pull it on the read. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, I love that play by this corner. You know why? When you run the option and that thing gets spread out, your DBs have to commit to tackling. And how about the cornerback coming up, sticking his face in the fan, and making a play? You love to see DBs tackle like that.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And the Ducks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Bought a little time, lets it go. Touchdown, Oregon! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the ACC, which is why this one is notable. NC State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. This Pac team has picked itself up before, and they are capable of it again today. They're trailing by 10 to Clemson. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. The give out of the gun. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14.
Alabama, 42, 28.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Smith dropping to pass. Finds the tight end. Stopped at the 47 after a 10-yard gain. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. Looking downfield on first down. It's in. Complete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Hughes. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Fires to the wideout. And the third down pass is incomplete. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. A fresh set of downs after that fourth down conversion, but still the up-tempo as they get to the line quickly. Looking to throw on first down. Complete to the left. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Back to pass. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
Really nice job stopping the run, but the problem is you have 0 timeouts left. You cannot stop the clock right now if you're the defense, so this has got to be excruciating for them. They know the offense is just going to take their time before they snap the ball.
I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not, and that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.